Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. Hey, I want to welcome you for a Friday afternoon. Um, Boy, it was so much fun today. I got to tell you, it's so exciting today. I told you, earnings is it's another level in this great room. And today, you know, eh, just when you think that you had a great day, then the next day you come in and it's even better than it was yesterday. And hold on one second. And what I love is that when I put together a really good list for everyone that joined the room, even if it's your first day in here, um, I get really excited because for me, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock, and I'm already visualizing all these moves and what the stock's going to do. Oh, there's Grub. Oh my God, there's Cuervo. There's a health insurance company. Oh, trees today. I'm so excited. I can't wait for everyone to come in the room and just like watch me do this list in front of them and type it. And then the market opens and everything just works. It's so much fun. It just drives me. And then when you actually do better than you did yesterday, and you can tell when I'm doing a good job because some days I'll get maybe 30 or 40 reviews. That's the standard I get, positive reviews, this and that. But days like this, I'll get hundreds. I mean, literally just my Twitter feed goes just nuts. And it's just people that come in here that are just applying themselves and, you know, just so excited. And this morning it exploded with just income. People were doing webinars. I mean, Palmer already did a webinar here. Um, Mike Purdue had one of his best day trades. Ollie killed it today on his 500. He's over 1,000, I think, now on his money. HH came back and made about 1,200. Nicholas killed it today on Grub and ET. I mean, it was just over and over. And this is like the my reward for doing a good job. This is how traders reward me. And then, of course, their followers want to know what they're doing. So then people come into the room. And then I have new people to come in. And it's really rewarding to really just try to keep educating traders. And that's really what Awesome Calls Trading is. It's just pure education. Every moment of every opportunity, even when I take a little breather, I hear Janny and Darkside just preaching this stock should do this. This is what they're looking at. This is why. And they're technical traders, so they really go on the technical side and try to help people out on the VWAPs and EMAs and what they're looking for and the why. And for me, I'm more news orientated, so I'll look at a blank canvas and just create the stock, the idea. Once I look at it, I just apply it and just say, okay, the stock's going to go here, here, and here, and then you can apply your technicals to it. And it's because I've been doing this for 16 years. So, I mean, and every morning, because especially with earnings, you've got over hundreds of trades, so you have to narrow it down because you can't trade everything. It's just not possible. I don't. I trade 4 or 5 tickers at the most. I don't overtrade. I trade very small. Uh, 200 shares, 300 shares. If it's small cap, I'll go 1,000, 1,200, especially if I know it's going to pop. Half the time, I can't even get the shorts on the downside, but I got a lot of traders that do. My platforms I use are Speed Trader, TD, and Fidelity. I love the TD, the way it's set up. So on the side of me, I put 4 tickers up, and I just start, going for it. And sometimes I get, a little upset if I can't get a shorts on something like Cuervo this morning on the pull, but for the most part, I mean, I saw RBZ, small cap, moving up, so I already knew that was a short because there was no news on it. And Raphael gave us a trade at 6.5 yesterday, so the stock was really nice, and it was over 8.5, I believe, in the morning, $8.20 for an overnight. And I felt the stock would just be a sell off to 650 and under. That was it. So still scaling short and taking. That was pretty easy. GT, I'll explain that. Madco, Superfly, Grub, WDC, an insurance company called EHTH, Cuervo, Calm, NVIDIA, Tree, Alv, and Intel. So it's going to be hard for me to pick the 7, but I think you're going to be really enlightened which ones that we did pick. I'm going to start with EHTH. Okay. Um, Now, I have to be honest. There's certain times, certain stocks. In 16 years, I've never traded some things. EHTH, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was a healthcare company. But I don't need to know what they do necessarily. I need to know why it's up. Okay, so it really comes down to why is the stock up. Well, this morning, EHTH, they beat huge. And when you see earnings calls like Qualm, Grub, all right, and you see earnings mixed, earnings this, when I'm indicating what you think, when you have to understand in the room is when you start to see, like he says, earnings mixed, or he says earnings beat, huge beat. I've read the report. Okay, I want you to take that concept. I read the report. Okay, you didn't. You don't get up and go read an earnings report. That's not what you do. I mean, if you want to, great. I want you to because I want you to learn more. But for me, as a trader, as a boss, as a leader, as a professor, I have to read the report because the report will tell me how the stock's going to trade. Maybe it's overhyped. Maybe it's up too much. Maybe it needs to come down. Maybe it needs to explode out of the gate. Maybe the earnings are so good I'm going to get a massive squeeze. Everything is written in the report. It's not written in the chart. It's written in the report. And you can't apply the technical analysis to the trade until you read the report. Then once you read the report, you can apply where the stock should pretty much peak and where it should fade off to. Well, I read the report. So EHTH to me, you are already gapping up 9. I already did my homework on it, so I anticipate the stock will probably pop up to 73 to 75, so about a 74 average. I thought the stock would top off and we would have faded back to 65 and under. I didn't think it would gap fill, but because the earnings were still good, but the stock ended up gap filling, which made even more money for the traders in the room. And then I went long on a bottom, and I loved it because I think I scored a point and a half in front of everyone just right off the bottom. But it was a great trade, and I'll show it to you. The setup was there, everything was there. Here's how it traded today. Here's the gap up, as you can see. And I felt the stock, based on what I had seen, the stock would probably pop right at the open, scale in. So if you took some, there's the 73.71. So if you took 77 or 73 and then waited for 74 per my notes or 75, your average would have been probably right there. Or you just take the 73 and then you just flush it. And the first few minutes, it hit 69, then it plummeted down to 67, then 65 right here in basically 20 minutes of work. So what does that mean? That's a 6-7 point trade at 200 shares, 250 shares. That's $1,400 to $1,700 in a blink. You could have bought option. On the option side, you could have just bought the puts at 63. Came in here, just bought a whole, but 3, 4, 5 contracts at $63 a share, 65 a share, and made just a quick ton of money. If they were too expensive, you could have flipped it equity, used 15,000 buying power with 250 shares, and just slammed it and made $1,400. It was a win-win. There was no way you could lose on this trade. The stock didn't call to go to 80, 90, 100. That wasn't the call. And I don't give you unrealistic ideas of where a stock should go and why. It's not how I roll. Okay? I study. I'm intense. I know where stock's going to go and why. And this one filled the full gap and double bottom. Great 7-point trade. So if you're in a room that waits for, a 20-cent trade, maybe 50 cents you get for a day, and you're going to make $400 on that trade, and you're loading up 4,000 shares to make 10 cents for 400. Imagine using that same buying power on a $3-4 stock instead of 12,000 buying power to load up. Why don't you take 300, 200 shares at 14,000 buying power and get 7 points, and instead of making 800 while your hands are sweating, hoping and praying because everyone else is chasing the same buck, you can come in here and just quickly get a 6-point trade for $1,200 and you're done for the day. And you're literally done. Because a lot of these small cap stocks, you kind of have to wait for them to set up, and they'll usually take until the afternoon to start fading off. but on some of our plays, they can be done in literally 30 seconds. Okay, so ETH was a good one. All right, then we go into Grub. Now Grub is it's a favorite of mine. Every earnings play, I love, love, love Grub. I can't stress it enough. I love Grub. And the reason why I love Grub is because it gives a lot of range. But today's call, you had to really read the report. And the report told you exactly what the stock was going to do. And my mindset, this was a short. There was no long in the stock whatsoever. The gap up alone was just stupid as far as I was concerned. And I felt it was just a pure sell off today. So I really went after the short side of it. I told everyone to load up and look for it. And the reason why, again, because I read the report and I was not impressed. But before we could short the stock, I did my homework and I realized that the stock had already popped and peaked at $77 yesterday after hours. This morning in pre-market, it did it again at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning when the market opened. And then it curled around. CEO was on CNBC this morning. And I just felt, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and call a short at 77 because I think we're going to get a pop at 77 and then we're going to flush it because in the end, this stock is worth, I don't know, 67, 65. Let me see what I wrote. As you can see on Grub. Grub was our number 5th pick in the already gapping up 6. I think the stock will go to 77 if it comes, nibble it. I even told traders to start nibbling short at 76 and then take it down to 72 and under. And that was the call. There was no long in the stock at all. I never said one iota to long the stock. And as you can look how the trade worked out, boom, there it goes. And there's the 77 right there. Scale in short, and it came all the way down to 69. Actually 68. Actually it's trading at 67.58. So just a wonderful trade. Again, 200 shares, 15,000 buying power, 6 points, 1,200 for the day. You're not sweating. You're done in literally a few minutes of work, and you go back to bed. And this is what we do in here every day. A lot of traders won't take the trade because nobody teaches them why the trade should be taken. And I can keep presenting 20-point trades, 30-point trades, 40-point trades. That's great, but if you don't get in there and take it, you're not going to make any money. So what I really try to apply myself every day as the owner of Awesome Calls is let me teach you why. Let me show you. Take out the lines, the VWAPs, the EMAs, and let me just kind of tell you the story. I want to educate you the story behind the move of the trade and why it's going to be done the way it is. And that plays so much importance. And that's what I do. Before I do my webinars now live, I actually spend on 2 or 3 earning calls, and I actually show them what to look for and how to read. So that way they're prepared for the next trade that I come out. Okay. There's another one that we did today. It was called Shutterfly. It was a wonderful trade. Really nice money to be made. This morning was really interesting because Raymond James, it kind of, okay, first of all, it's gapping up on earnings. And then also, I believe Raymond James put a strong buy on it this morning at 65 a share. But I was looking at Shutterfly and I just kind of sat there and I said, you know what? I'm not taking this. I think this is a short. I think we will gap fill back to 42 and 42.50 and then I'll long it. I don't believe in the stock to go any higher. And that's really what I did. I read the report. I saw there was a little chatter news going on. I saw Raymond James punch out a $65 price target and I was just like, no, I'm sorry. The reports tells me there's probably too many bag holders. Stock will already come down. I feel very confident we'll just fill a gap. And that's what I did. I wrote that in the writing. And this one played almost absolutely to perfection. I mean, this was our number 4 pick in the room. Gapping up on earnings and some chatter news. Raymond James put up a target of 65. I would short at 45, give it room to 47, and then short it to 42.45, 42 to 42.50. In no way, shape, or form did I ever tell any trader to go long the stock. In my opinion, this should simply gap fill. I mean, I cannot get any more clear on a call. Okay? I'm really applying myself to a trader to it's almost like I'm begging you to please take the trade. I'm actually begging you. I don't need to impress you with a bunch of lines and scans at night and scans and all this other scan crap and then an extra DVD on the side. Come on. Let me just show you. Let me get you in there, okay? And so when you look at Shutterfly, I mean, if you listened and paid attention and you shorted the open at 45 and added on any dip, any pop here, you literally made 3 points in a blink. I mean, you were done. It hit $42.04. And then I said, you can long it once it gap filled, and it hit 44.50. So 2 to 3 to the down, 2 to the up, 5 points done for the day, 100 shares, $500. I mean, it was just a, you know, to others, this would be a glorified trade written all over the place, video, DVDs for $3.99, how you did it, why we're so great. For us, this is number 5 on our pick. I'm going to give you another one for your small cap people, RBZ. RBZ is a piece of shit stock. I don't like it. And when it gaps up on no news, to me, all it is just a trading vehicle. That's nothing more, especially if there's no news on it. And so what I try to do is I encouraged all the traders to go, if you can find shorts in the morning, scale in short, take it down to 650 and under today. That's the trade. There's no long on it. I didn't call for any long on it. The long was already done because it was already done in pre-market. So, and all the overnights were all going to sell their stock anyway, so I figured they'll take it right back down to 650. And that was the trade. Really simple. I didn't have to do, hey, here's the death zone line. Got to wait for the critical heart attack line here and get that, walk in the woods park line here. I mean, come on, just stop. There's no reason to impress you. It's just a standard short, $8, take it to 650. Enjoy your life. 1,000 shares, 8,000 buying power. Have a nice day. And there it is, number 1 pick in the room. Um, 650 and under. There it is. Have a nice day. I don't know what else to tell you. The next stock, now I'm going to teach you something that a lot of you don't know. It's a stock called GT. None of you trade it. You don't even know what it is. Okay? But believe it or not, it's Goodyear. All right? You drive with them. Everybody's got tires, right? Got Michelin, Goodyear, right? Dunlop. Well, Goodyear. And when I was growing up, I used to see their stores all over the place. And now I barely see them because most of them mechanics that sell tires, Goodyear's just part of it. But, they're there still. But one thing, I'm going to teach you something. Okay, this is a secret sauce moment that I don't go out and just sell it to everyone. But GT dumps their earnings. They cannot hold their earnings. There's no long in a stock. Really, once the gap is filled, if it doesn't hold, it's done. I mean, it's just how Goodyear works. I mean, you can't get around it. I've been trading it for almost 10 years. It's a no-brainer. I look at it and laugh. Okay, 21, it'll be 19, it'll be 20. So I'm pretty much, I guarantee a trader at least a point and a half on the trade. It doesn't matter if they blew out their earnings. You have to understand something about GT. They always fill their gap. It's one of the easiest trades to do. If you took 100 shares at $2,000 buying power, you would have made $100, $150 in no time. If you took 1,000 shares at 21,000 buying power, you would have made $1,000 without even thinking if you can get the shorts on it. It's such an easy play, and it's just the way GT trades. So I made the number 2 pick in the room for a reason for that, because I wanted everyone to get paid very quickly on that. So, and I want you to see the chart and see how it's set up on GT right here and GT right here. Okay, so here's the earnings beat. It's up thin, tons of back holders. First thing you do is what? Short the stock. 21, any pop at the open, add to it. Get in there, take it down. 1970, I said 1970 and under. I want you to see where it hit in the first bell ring. You ready for this? $19.70. That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote. $19.70. And you can play the bounce, which I did in front of everyone. You see that? This is when you really know you're trading with a pro. I mean, someone who's just fucking way beyond the market. It's almost sickening, you know? It's like, can you just be wrong? No, I can't, because every day I'm getting better. So instead of hating what you don't understand, why don't you come and make money doing Trading my madness, I guess. Huh? That's how I look at it. Be a part of it instead of trying to fight it. Um, I'm going to give you another one. It's called tree. Huh? Tree? No, I'm not talking about, a tree in your backyard. But I am talking about this tree's made of money. Now, tree is an earnings play. It's an expensive stock. I gave you ISRG. I gave you what was that other one the other day? The auto one. What was it again? Orly. And today I delivered tree, $300-$400 stock. Okay. Now I want you to sit back for a moment and see what it's like to trade a 25-point trade. Okay, with a professional day trader. Now it's a thin stock, so the spreads are 1 to 2 points minimum. But if you market order in, market order out, believe me, they're pretty good, decent fills. Hardly anyone trades it. It's a thin stock, trades maybe less than 100,000 shares, if that. But on earnings, it is a joy to play. It is so great. Okay, and tree for it, they're a lending tree. You see their commercials all over the place. Okay, and they're awesome. They're just a great trading vehicle. Okay, now how do you trade it? Well, the earnings were pretty good. They were decent. They weren't blowout. Okay, and it was gapping up. It was gapping up quite a bit. So what I thought the stock would do, and I know you're going to not believe this, but when I came in and I read the report, I was going, you know what? I think the stock's going to pop to about 395 at the open. So let it rip on some short squeeze. And I pretty much assured the stock will go to 375 and under, bottom curl and go long. And that is exactly what I wrote. Why? Because the report told me they weren't blowout numbers, but they were enough to jack up the stock about $20 a share. But before I could leg up there to that level, I needed to set the trade up for everyone in the room. It is the most beautiful, wonderful trading vehicle. For 50 shares or 15,000 buying power, you could literally make 8 points or $400 in if you just follow the trade. And I'll show you how. Okay, you ready? If you did 100 shares, you would make $2,000 today. Okay, look how I wrote it first. Okay, tree. Here's your entry. All right, this is gapping up 20. I want to pop to 395 out of the gate. When it hits there, go in short, take it down to 375 and under, and then long it. You see that? I told you every possible thing on a $400 stock what it was going to do. There was you can't forgive me. You cannot fuck up that trade. You cannot. Unless you just are adamant about being the worst trader in the world, you cannot fuck up that trade. There is no physical way you could fuck up that trade. And I'm being real. You would literally have to come in here and go, I'm going to ignore everything you say and do opposite so I can be a loser. All right? I want to be a loser today. So whatever you said, I'm going to short it at 4. I'm going to go long at 400 and lose all my money, and then I'm going to short it at 375. That is the only way you could physically lose. Okay, now you want to see it come to life? Do you want to see how to make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on one stock? And the beauty of this is you know where the stock's going to go because it was written and charted out for you. Do you believe that? Think for a moment. This was laid out for you step by step by step. You could not fuck up this trade. All right, let's do it. Let's do it together. Ready? Ding, 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 ding. Market's open. Market's open. Is it? Okay. Bam. Guess where it hit? Cover your eyes. 395. Stopped at 395. Now, where's it going to go down? 375. Hit 372. Where's it going to go again? 395. It hit almost 400. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? What are you going to say? I hate your room. It's a piece of shit room. I'm quitting. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go to another room. You didn't explain that properly to me. I didn't understand your notes. You do them too fast. The room moves too quick. I mean, you'll come up with every excuse except why you didn't take the trade. I need to go in another room where everybody plays the same trades. You know what? I need to go in another room where I could spend like $1,000 just to walk in and then trade 3 tickers a day. Okay. Goodbye. And let's pick one more for the day, and we'll call it a day. We're almost done to go home. What do I give you? I mean, everything worked. I have a swing play going right now, but I don't know if I want to give you that one. That's for the root traders in the room. I'm going to give you a simple one. I'm going to give you Cuervo. Yeah, I'm going to give you Cuervo. You know why I'm going to give you this over Nvidia and Comb? Because it was just too simple. It was just, I mean, now listen to me. This is really important that you understand the concept of this trade. When Intel comes out, a big player like Intel, and they come out with their, pretty bad guidance, all right? The first thing that happens with Intel is other chip makers get hurt in the sector. Nvidia will sell off. Cuervo will sell off. AMAT will sell off. WDC. There's about a dozen of them that get all hurt because of Intel. Now, what you have to understand is how to trade it. When you see a stock gapping down that closed at 77 and it's at 71, that has my attention. Why does it have my attention? Because first of all, I have to know, why are you down? So Cuervo is down because Intel got hurt. Now, I want you to ask a simple question, which a lot of you don't do this to yourself. I do. So what did you do wrong? What did you do wrong? Cuervo's CEO is going, I didn't do anything wrong. We're still on pace to make our money. I mean, we're still going to beat our guidance. We have other clients other than Intel. I mean, we're going to kill it. So you didn't do anything wrong. No, but I'm being punished. Okay, so you hear that? That's the story. There's your story. So what do? You just long the stock. You do not short the stock. There is nothing to short. Don't short the stock. Buy the weakness and just slow all day move to the upside to 75, 76. Fill some of that gap. That's all you're going to do. That's it. That's the trade. So I had to put it in writing. Once I understood why it was down, then I understood where the entry should be, give it room to add, have a nice average, and walk it up. It's an all-day move to the upside. Now I have to put it in writing. Cuervo, gapping down 6, long at 72, any room to 70 to add, take it to 75 to 76. Think the stock will be bought up on weakness. Do you see that? I gave you why it was down. I told you why the stock is a long. I gave you an entry, and I told you where it was going to go. There is no way you could fuck up on that trade. How? It's written in stone. Do you know why you fuck up on trades? Seriously, do you know why? When you look at it now, you're laughing. Like, that's so easy. Oh my God, I could have done that. Your room sucks. Fuck, anybody knows this shit. You're teaching nothing. So why didn't you take the trade? Why are you not super rich? You see how you mock it? Because now it looks easy. Well, yeah, anybody knows that after the fact. You mock it because you don't understand it. And if you did, you wouldn't be red today. You would have looked for the simplest trade to go after and just made it. Took 250 shares, got 4 points, made $1,000 for today. With 15,000 buying power. And don't tell me you can't. Instead of playing some, overcrowded stock or playing Google. Yeah, I want to play Google today. Risk my entire bank account on that one because that's the only thing the mod's playing today. Yeah, that's really going to help me build my account. And heaven forbid if it goes down. And that's the trade. You see, Cuervo? Just an absolute beautiful setup. Gapping down, right? There's your entry, pre-market, 72. Add on any dip if it pulls. Boom, growing up. And then boom like that, 76. Comment from Richard. I think I'm getting it, AJ. I think I'm getting it. I think this was overdone. I agree with you. Buy at 72, add on any dip, and take it to 75, 76. And here it is sitting at 75. See how fun that is? That's trading. Hey, happy Friday. I want to thank you for joining us today. Webinar's 30 minutes, did pretty good. I love you all, and you all have choices out there to trade. We all know that. But at the end of the day, NPAG, I mean, $433 today on Matco and EHTH. Good for you. Make sure you tweet that. We had a really good day today. We're very blessed in here. I just want you to know that, if you give me a shot, I swear, I'll stand right beside you. I won't let you fail. If you give up on me and go somewhere else, then that's on you. And you just gave up on yourself. Because there's really no other room that's going to spend the time to teach you every single day, to educate you. Even when you're red, I will either bail you out and figure it out for you. And I really want to figure out what you did wrong. I really care that much. I don't care if there's 3, 4, 500 traders in a room. I don't care. I don't want you red. I want you to be part of, you know, making money. You have to pay bills. You can't afford to be red. This is the room that you gotta learn. You have to apply yourself with me so I can teach you. And it's not really complicated if you really think about it. It's just really a lot of homework. This is a school. This is like a college in here. All right. I'm the professor, and you're paying a tuition to be in here. And for some of you who will graduate, you'll make a living for the rest of your life. And those that don't get a degree, you're fucked. You go back to these piece of shit rooms and fade away and be an Uber driver or a Lyft driver. And that's it. That's your life because you gave up. Or you can be in here and have somebody educate you every single day and never stop. And that's what I do, you know? And I'm happy I surround myself with great traders in here, great mods that run the room. We all contribute. We got a great family going. We're growing every day. And again, for those that move on after less than 30 days, hey, you didn't get it. You looked for excuses not to be in here. And those that are in here and keep being a part of it, you're going to make a living. You really are. And you can make a living day trading. Don't ever think that you can't. 250, 300 a day, 1,500 a week, 6,000 a month. That's pretty good living. If you wanted 500 a day, that's what, 2,500 a week. That's 10,000 a month. That's a pretty good living. That's 120 a year. That's what happens when you graduate from college. Here you are. All right. Come on in. Give us a shot. Hit act, click, 25 a day, 100 for a week, 197. I hope you listened to this, enjoyed it, and I will see you Monday morning with another 12 more. Thank you.